Hello, my friends. How's it going? I'm actually gonna... We'll talk for a couple seconds while this eerie music... It's not even music, it's just like sound effects. I kind of like it. So I'm just gonna be real with you guys right now. My rib on my left side has decided to, like, the very bottom one. It does this sometimes and it hates me. It goes, like, up. It just kind of, like, folds in and then up underneath the other ribs. And it's given me quite a bit of pain. Like, it hurts real bad. Like, real bad. So I'm not sure how long I can stay sitting up. I want to do the whole stream if I can. But we'll see where it goes. Because it hurts a lot. So yeah. I'm just like, I was reading most of today because I got my to-do list done. I was able to say, check. Done. But, God. I must have been reading in the wrong position because this is something that I've done since I was a child, which is, yeah, many things, is that if I'm reading, I'm incredibly focused on what I'm doing, and the outside world means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing. And that's why I made sure to tell myself, okay, I can't read today until I get everything on my to-do list done. So I got everything on my to-do list done, and then I finished the book I've been reading. And I was only like halfway done with it. But, it means that I must have just been in some position for too long. I also was like, wow, my eyes are really tired. Yeah, that's because sometimes I forget to blink, when I'm reading. Which is how they figured out I needed glasses when I was a kid, actually. Especially since I'm farsighted, which means I can see things that are far away, but I can't see about, like, here is where I just, without my glasses on, I can see to about here, and then here is where I can't, it gets really fuzzy. What the heck does the CIA even do? It destabilizes other countries, and pretty much the CIA at this point just likes to get in there and back coups. Ask Central America. Ask several Central American countries what the CIA does, and they'll tell you. But, ow. I want to bitch about the Agatha Christie book I just finished today, and I'm not gonna say any spoilers for it in case you are feeling like reading it. Taken at the Flood. And I was, like, kind of into it as I was going. I was like, I can't guess who it is. I did end up guessing, though. I figured it out. But throughout that book, the main characters are the Claude family, who used to be very rich, but the uncle died, right? And he had just gotten married, so his previous will was out the window, which provided for all of them. And it went all to his young widow, who was 26, right? So they're all mad, because that's just how it works. They're all mad because, well, I never saved, because he always said I would be taken care of. And it's like, bitch. So they're all feeling like they deserve this money. And the entire time they're talking about how they're living outside their means, but Gordon was going to take care of it. And it's like, bitch, you think I'm supposed to have sympathy for these people? Who are like, oh no, will you play any Agatha Christie on stream? I know Ariana played one, but the thing is that I've read the books, so I would already know who did it. So, if anyone's going to play Agatha Christie, it'll be Ariana, because she hasn't read any of the books. Then I would be there as a lifeline, so I would be like, maybe go do this. But yeah, so I'm supposed to feel bad for these people who are like, well, that's my money. And it's like, it's not your money. You haven't done anything for that. Sorry, I'm just... And she used the N-word in that novel. Again. The last one I read, she used it twice. This one, it was only once, but that's still... Still. And there's general anti-Irish sentiments in it as well, because obviously Irish people are untrustworthy, according to Agatha Christie, an English woman in the 1940s. So, yeah. That was my book reading experience today, and I'm just like, I'm not into it. So I'm taking a break off Poirot and moving to Marple. Still like the Christie, but generally the Marple ones are a lot nicer. But yeah. Okay. Ow, God, it hurts. I'll be fine. Okay. So we're going to play Tangle Tower. I'm very excited. I think I watched someone play it at some point. I have no memories of this. I'm just that Gandalf meme of I have no memory of this place. So, we're gonna play. It is I guess it might be part of a series that I haven't played any other bit of, but everyone says that you don't have to know anything about the other game. It doesn't actually have anything to do with it, or you don't need to know. I don't know. Oh, I hope this doesn't blacklist me through the CIA knowing this. I gotta tell you, I know I'm on some lists. I know I'm on some fucking lists out there. You know, that's just kind of how it is in life sometimes. Sometimes the government just puts you on some lists, you know? And you just gotta power on through it. Oh. Yeah, Ransom of the Seven Ships is off of Her Interactive's website, but not off of Steam. You can still get it off of Steam and Amazon. I mean, I still pass all my background checks for public schools, so I'm not on any, like, bad lists, probably. I'm just on lists of people to watch, maybe. Who knows? Let's start the game. Ow. Whew. Okay, let's do it. Create a new file. This is so charming. I love just the aesthetics of this game. It's charming. Rib says no laughing. Tangle Tower, mid-afternoon. Yeah, the art style is so cute. Lake's Edge. Oh.
You ready, Sally?
Tell me how the volume is.
Rimore, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
It's voice acted. I'm so happy. My throat's so happy.
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
No.
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Okay. Case file. Murder victim, Freya Fellow, 19. Died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 58. Location, FLORA's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood. Okay. Tangle Tower. A small painting on scrap paper, a few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it was actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Okay, that's what we know so far.
It's a bird bath.
It sure
Is
is.
that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune.
A tune.
Toot, 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 toot.
Please don't do that.
It's just an archway, but it seems a little ominous. Like walking through it might give you bad luck.
The cliffs are too steep and smooth to climb. Well, not with that attitude. Exactly.
Too late.
What are they?
Wind chimes?
Wind chimes. Silent wooden wind chimes.
That doesn't chime very much for the wood then, huh? Okay. Aha! So this is the map. That's how I can move. And it, as he said, it is mostly empty. Cool. Is there any way to know what I can look at?
It's the little boat we used to cross the lake. It's the only way on or off the island.
What a comforting thought.
The ground's moist, but it's not muddy. Wonder how often it rains here.
I cannot believe how exciting this murder investigation is already.
I'm being thorough, ma'am.
So, who do you think did it?
I haven't met anyone yet.
Sally, you know full well we haven't met a single suspect yet. We haven't even been to the crime scene.
Still, I reckon I've got it all worked out.
Of course you do. Who are you, Poirot? Okay, I think that's... Ah,
Mountains.
Nope. They're too steep and too smooth to be mountains. They're more like cliffs.
Whatever they are, they go all the way around the lake, like a barrier.
like a barrier.
That's a big lake.
It's kind of purple. Looks poisonous.
I think it's just water.
Yeah. Water with poison in it.
Okay.
I tied the boat up to the mooring post, so it'll stay put. For now.
They're like, please stop clicking on literally everything.
Loving the confidence.
Okay, it's telling me I can move on now. Okay. It's like, please just move. Just go, please. The gardens.
It's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Cool. Damaged tape. Neat. I guess that's something I can use to look at things? Cool.
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster.
Playing a harp.
Yeah,
Playing a harp.
playing a harp.
Hang on a second.
Look closer. Always look closer. Oh boy.
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Oh, I don't know what to do with this.
Something tells me we're not going to solve this just yet.
No. No. Goodbye.
Let's come back later. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
What? Okay. Now it's a clue. It's a clue. Cool.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
This is some garden.
Mushroom.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
I think you're judging the plants.
It's a bandstand.
Bit small for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
A one-man bandstand.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
Is it working?
No. It's quiet.
Too quiet.
You're supposed to say, too quiet?
I did it for
It's
you.
not. It's an appropriate amount of quiet.
Well then.
What animal is that?
Hawk. Bear. Lizard.
A hawk bear lizard. Yeah.
Right, of course. A hawk bear lizard.
See? Ow. Okay. We shall move on mode.
Oh.
It's missing an O.
Oh. There's an O on the floor.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Tangle Tower.
Twir.
Twir.
Little
Amazing.
bird feeders.
How do you know they're for birds?
Because people don't generally feed squirrels on
Why build a
purpose.
house here anyway?
I'm sure they had their reasons.
Ah, yeah, I'm sure.
Is that an envelope?
It's been opened. But let's read it.
Let's
Isn't
read
that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
The envelope is ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have it memorized, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Well then. Ow. Ugh. Motherfucker. Okay.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No, I think he'll just silently judge us.
It's red, but I don't think it's painted. It's just red.
How is it?
That leads back to the gardens.
Okay.
A path leading towards the stone square.
I think we'll go to the stone square then.
Let's head to the crime scene first.
No.
It's at the top of the west tower, I think.
I want to ring the bell then.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody. Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight
I'm
in.
pretty sure that's the rule, yeah. Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that-
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
I'm just making sure.
Looks like someone tried to chop it down, but then gave up.
Can you blame them?
Okay, now I've seen everything. It glows when I've seen everything. Guess I have to go inside. They're not letting me just explore everywhere else. Oh, well then. Okay.
What is that?
It's a family tree.
I think it's a family tree.
Look closer. Okay, the fellows and the pointers. Okay, and Freya's the one who died?
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
Yeah, okay.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Lord Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Well then.
Scandal.
Oh, well.
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names? Lord Remington.
He sounds important. Lady Remington.
I think I have one of those in my bathroom. Lord Pointer.
This goes back a couple of generations.
For someone who doesn't understand, that's a reference to like an electric razor.
Lord Pointer.
This goes back a couple of
Okay,
generations.
I guess we don't maybe someone will be in here and talk to us at some point and actually tell us.
It's a big glass tube filled with water.
Water? Question mark?
There are weeds in there. And sand.
Cool.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it.
Nothing that you
anymore.
can see.
Sally, check those plants for clues.
Is soil a clue?
Sally, check those plants.
Okay.
Is soil
I
a
tried.
clue?
Sally, check those
Is
I'm
soil a
trying
clue?
anyway, okay?
It's not locked.
It's not locked.
A door.
Oh, what's behind it?
A room.
A big letter F.
Of course. Who doesn't hang a giant banner of their initial in the lobby of their mansion?
Yes, exactly. When I get to mention it, we'll have a gigantic K on it for Growmeister.
This one has a big P.
That's probably important.
How very perceptive of you. Stairs. We should try and be finished before it gets dark. No pressure. Finally, we get to investigate a murder in a spooky mansion.
It's not that spooky, really.
Don't ruin this.
Don't ruin this. Don't ruin this for me, man.
We should try and be finished
Okay.
before.
I mean, there's got to be something else to look at. Maybe these eggs.
Finally, we get to
No. It's
not
Don't
that.
ruin this.
I mean,
Finally,
It's
don't
not
ruin this.
it's not gleaming yet, though.
Finally, we get
It's
to
not
Don't ruin this.
Okay, I guess I can keep going. Oh. Okay, I'm supposed to go up here. Well then.
The whole room has a strange feeling about it.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
Let's take a look at that painting first.
What?
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. That's what we've got so far.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Oh. Okay. Maybe a paint. Oh wait. It's removed from the scene. Because it stabbed Freya? Freya stole it. I don't know.
The paintbrush was used to kill Freya Fellow, but it was removed from the scene. Nope.
Nope. I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough information yet. I somehow don't feel like I have enough.
The paint palette is completely covered.
I
in
don't know.
blood because Freya put it there. That's not right.
Blood is right, but nothing else is. Good to know.
Flora Fellow is holding a knife tipped with blood because Freya put it there. That's not right either.
Aha. Okay.
Flora's portrait
Aha!
is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
Yes. The portrait stabbed Freya.
Weird, huh?
That's why it didn't make sense to me.
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here? Case closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Can't it, though? Okay.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed.
Ow.
Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Achievement unlocked, an unfinished painting. Okay, I know. Cool. Okay.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
Okay. Can I use the...
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
Aww. To Freya. Okay.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Okay. Try it. Aww.
It's piano music.
It's pretty. We're gonna sit here and listen to the piano music. Think Enhanced Your Anime could work? No. Sorry. Let's try this one. Bird song. Creepy.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Okay. Okay.
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
Yeah.
It's also covered in gemstones. What a completely ordinary object.
Ah!
I think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
Rotate the egg to see clue on the back.
It's some kind of clue about where to put the gemstones.
Rotate the egg to see a clue on the back. Picture. Okay. Oh, that doesn't help me at all. Actually. Ah, it's because it's... No. No, I don't know. What do you want?
Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back of the egg? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
I tried that,
It's some kind of clue.
but it doesn't match. I'm like really bad with things right now. And I itch. Okay. Ah. Gotcha. I'm smart. Let's go like that. This one. Oops. This one should be pink here, green here. I mean, one of these is in the wrong spot. This one. Sorry. This one should be pink. Wait, no, it's pink over here. Blue there.
No, that was it.
There we go. I'm smart. I know I'm itchy.
Nice work. Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue. An empty egg is a clue, right?
I mean, yeah, once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is soft, velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. Okay.
Freya's painting supplies.
Small glass pots of red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down one side. Just one side. That's also cracked down the middle. Creepy eye.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing.
It's a giant eye on the ceiling.
It's so dark back there.
Somehow the sunlight doesn't seem to be making it very far into the room.
Yeah, totally. So,
Flora... fellow?
ooh.
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing.
Cool. Helpful.
What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
I mean, she is,
For
yeah.
now.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora?
I love the animation on her hair. That's cute. I mean, not cute, but
I don't really know
Very
anything about
pretty.
you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
itchy.
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's
Okay.
not going to answer us, is she?
No.
Nope. But at least we can say we tried. Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya?
I mean, she can, probably. Ah, yeah, that's the shit.
She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible? Were you close with Freya?
Oh, cool.
How are you two related?
I just want to check everything off, you know?
Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire.
What? I don't even think she's listening.
Oh, she's listening.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
I just want to be very thorough. You know, I have to be thorough. That's me. Oh, but I don't want to ask her about all this stuff because she's not gonna say anything. She's not gonna say nothing. Good. I don't have to worry.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
Whew. That's the shit. Okay.
Is this your gramophone?
Do you know why it's cracked? Flora, this is your egg? Why
I
do you
opened
keep
it.
locked?
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
Okay then. Bye.
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Yes, I noticed that.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there. Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
What else should I see?
The outline of Freya
Okay.
Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas,
So?
How'd she get stabbed in the front?
so she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
I mean... Yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm supposed to do this right now.
Freya's painting
Okay.
supplies.
We already did that.
Half the room is a
I don't know if you can
It's
call
more
the
like-
sudden absence of wall.
I mean, there's still stuff to look at up here, apparently. I just don't know what it is. Guess I'll move on. Wait. What's this? Oh. Okay. Now I know. That's the case. Gotcha. I get it. I found it. I'm good. She's 19. Okay. Freya was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene. Subject. How was Freya killed? I'm suspicious about Flora. I mean, sure. I don't know what any of this is, but that's cool. I think we can...
A little pot plant, balanced on the window ledge.
It's the only plant in the entire room.
I just want to make sure I'm finding everything, you know?
The whole room has a strange feeling about it.
Yeah, there might be a reason for that.
Well, I think that's all I can see right now. We'll move on. Let's go down the tower, I guess, now. Oh. I'm going to just look all around your workshop
A
before
little
I talk to you.
hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
It's not very good.
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Okay. It's not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints were found nearby.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it. What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure.
Oh, I know.
We should check that treasure map too.
Oh, okay. So I'm on an X and I'm looking at and there are birds in the distance. Okay. So I'm on an X. There is a sea serpent to my left, mountain to my right, and then in front of me I see a palm tree and birds. So can't be this one because there's no birds. So no, not quite. This one. So birds are here. Birds are here. Birds are here. Hum. Okay. So I'm on an X. Let's just be methodical about this then. So if I'm on an X, the ones that have X's are and I'm just gonna go through. So the ones that have X's are C4, E3, that was canceled this year, H1 and H6, I4, K5, and N2. So C4, there is definitely not it because you can't have a sea serpent to your left, no matter which way you look. So that one's marked off. E3, it's like the opposite way as it should be almost, and that's a no. H1, nope, still not quite. Definitely not. Does it show which way? Okay, and then I have to say which way I'm facing as well. Okay. So if I was here and I'm looking, nope, nope, and nope. It's like I want it to be this one. Okay, we'll get there in a second. Oh! It's H6 and you're looking west.
I did it. Why do I win?
Duh. See, sometimes you just have to do things methodically.
Not bad. What was in the box?
Is it nothing?
More wooden models.
Oh, okay.
These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Aww. Okay, well that one's definitely Flora. Model resembling a child with green hair. Model resembling a woman with gray hair. Model resembling a red and white bird. A model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted and the paint is not skillfully applied. Pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. Okay.
Puffer fish?
Yes. It's also a lamp.
For some
For
reason.
some reason.
It's a barometer, but it's broken.
I've never seen a barometer that wasn't broken.
Really?
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a
Yeah,
ship.
that's what I was thinking.
It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh.
Don't drink that.
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I would politely describe it as lived in. A pencil drawing of a mountain on a moonlit night.
Mood. Shelf junk.
Well then.
That's a massive conch shell.
Oh,
Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
I hope so. A lot of redundant light sources in here. It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure. A map with a dotted line and an X marked on it.
That's a very boring way to describe a treasure map. We already solved it.
fine. Be that way. I'm just trying to like click everything before I have to talk to the dude.
An old wooden mask.
Probably cursed.
Probably cursed.
A little mirror.
Definitely cursed.
It's not cursed. Not everything is cursed.
So, are you
Sir?
gonna talk? Please?
Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
Okay.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
I
I'm
must say
loving
I'm
this voice
rather
acting.
jealous of you two.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know.
Are you saying that there's a
sort of
secret
thing.
room I can discover? Oh.
So, Felix,
Tell
what
me about
exactly
yourself.
do you, do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer.
Oh.
Explorer / treasure hunter.
Of course.
Yes, well, best in the world.
Ah.
We're talking like cursed statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that.
Well,
But I've
then.
certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if
Ow.
I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties.
Okay.
And with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my
Oh, okay.
entire world.
So Fiona's his daughter.
They are the greatest
Then how
treasure
is
of
Freya?
Uh-huh.
This is.
all. Why on earth would
Or
you
a
want to know
niece,
about
then?
that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your
Okay, but where were you?
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on working on a project.
Your room is quite close to FLORA's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
I don't know.
What have you got?
It was dusk.
Cool.
A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain, as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right.
It was a
Fine.
dark and stormy
I
night.
heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into
I don't know
his
who any of these
room,
people are.
just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
What?
We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor.
You just...
Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course.
I'm incredibly confused.
Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I.
Oh,
I
the series
stayed.
started as a
Flora
Newgrounds game? That's
needed
cool.
me.
Okay, well, I want to hear about people.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over
Weird.
20 years now.
That's nice.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
What a
She hasn't
question.
gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of three. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way
I don't
she
know.
is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
That was weird.
You're the one currently basking in his presence.
I know, I'm just asking
you
you about
tell
yourself.
me.
Let's move on.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was
Uncommonly.
so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know.
Aw,
It taught me what she
that's
knew
cute.
about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
After
How
what?
are
Just
you
tell me the
related to Freya?
things.
Somewhat distantly, as it happens, my father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
So if you're saying that my father was her grandfather, wouldn't that just make her your niece? Am I crazy? Am I crazy here? Here, let's go through all this shit.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I'd have to
I
see the
think it
tree
was
again.
her
Yeah, we're gonna have to go
intention
look at the
that it,
tree again
mean
at some
nothing
point.
At
I'm
all.
just.
Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, is less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
Okay.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I found it comforting.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy. Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall. I'm as confused as you are. It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well, as I was saying, Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly.
Why are
what
you being
we're
so
looking at.
difficult? Why can't you just tell me the things that you want to tell me?
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass,
I mean,
given the circumstances.
Ah, yes, so we shall. Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Ah,
Can't say I do.
I accidentally muted it on
That
my
looks
end.
like it might belong to Poppy.
Did he say both of them look like they might belong to
Does
Poppy?
Flora normally keep something in here?
She must do, but I admit I've never managed to work out what.
Why not just ask her?
I feel like if somebody keeps something locked away in a ceramic egg, it's because they don't want to be asked about
I mean,
it.
I guess.
Rules to live by.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in
Okay,
excellent
she's Felix's
condition.
niece. You looked.
You seem
Thank you.
pretty sure about that.
But how is that distant? That's not distant.
I've been carving for a couple of years
Ow.
now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it.
Ah,
as
yes, you've
you can
mastered it.
see.
Definitely.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Yes. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine.
Of course.
Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Of course.
Hard fact, huh? So,
Oh,
you
so
own a
mean.
sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Okay, so she's distant because it's Freya is the daughter of his half sister. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. This is really pretty music.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right,
Is it a
though.
chicken?
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
Is the chicken a people? Okay, bye. Ah. Freya's room.
Not the kind of lamp I choose for my bedroom, but Fair enough.
It's cool. Looks like old mining equipment or something. That painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Interesting. Piece of adhesive tape is stuck on it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. Interesting.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
No.
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either. Do you think this was...
I don't know.
No windows either. Freya's plants. They must not need sunlight? A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate. It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer, maybe.
Look closer.
They're not real paintbrushes.
No, they are not.
Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Cool. Perhaps. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. Okay. So the first one is at the like this? Yeah, the smallest height, and it's orange. So I guess that, yeah, that's orange. The second one is green. The third one has a pink handle and it's fan shaped, so it's this one. This one's, oh, gotcha. This one has green on the tip, so this one has blue on the tip. Wait. There we go. Who's on this one?
There we go.
Nice.
Perfect.
The actual puzzles themselves aren't, like...
What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
Aw. Okay. A photograph of two young girls, one with red hair, the other with green hair. The photo has a large piece missing. It seems to have been ripped off. So that's Freya and... That's Freya, right? I think so.
Painting supplies.
It's a fish, I think?
I think it looks more like a whale.
Fine, it's a whale.
Could also be a shark.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawers?
Nothing. They're completely empty. Just little trinkets.
Let's leave them alone.
Drawings, taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
Okay. Terrifying. Drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of a young woman. Fifi. Okay. Drawing of a person wearing a cloak.
Just little trinkets.
Let's leave them alone.
Okay.
That painting.
Why?
Maybe
Okay.
Freya.
The
Hang on. There is a smaller
It's
version.
a
I
photograph.
already did this. I already looked at this. I don't know.
A lot of these paintings look unfinished.
How can you tell if they're finished or not?
Good point. Did Freya paint those animals on her ceiling?
They're kind of simplistic.
Maybe she painted them when she was younger.
Maybe she did.
It's Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
It's a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
Sure is. Is there anything under
It's
her
Freya's
pillows?
bed. A little bit
It's a
messy.
perfectly healthy amount.
It's Freya's bed.
It's
I'm
perfectly
just
healthy.
trying. I'm just trying, guys. I'm just trying. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break, y'all. So get up, stretch. Oh, do your thing. Herbs. So, okay. Yeah, it does. It seems pretty fun. And it was on sale. My favorite kind of game. One that's on sale.
It's an illustrated book about birds.
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Ever so slightly unnerving.
The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan, even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and the ink dip lives most of its life alone. It has particular feeding habits, and usually only eats the seeds off of the Tantum amica. Pictured. So this is Yeah, we're right. Yeah. No. This does me no good. Let me guess. It looks red. Is it red?
Or
Ever so slightly unnerving.
It doesn't say it's red, but I'm gonna just...
Books about birds.
the shelves are about half empty.
Are they half full?
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
You knew this already.
Books about nature?
Books about space.
They're relatively untouched. Books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh.
Huh.
Books about geography.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be mountains.
Skip.
Has anyone played the game before this and recommend playing that one before this one? I did not, and I've been told that it has nothing. They have nothing to do with each other, so it's fine to just play it. So that's what I'm doing.
A book on the floor. Fundamental entomology.
I guess somebody dropped it.
Books about ancient history, I think.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
Is that a snow globe?
Of sorts.
Let's look. Oh, it's
Hey,
Tangle
look at that.
Tower.
It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
If I shake it, am I gonna shake me?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Hey, look at it's a model.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
That would make an what's in those bottles?
I'm not sure. Soil samples?
Sure. Why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
Why not? Achievement unlocked. A souvenir.
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
Ow.
Sure. Why
Oh, we
not?
already
The
did
art's
this.
downright poetic.
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
Let's look. Yeah, okay. None of this makes any sense. I'll take a picture. For later. It's like 191, 193.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Why are you
excuse
saying
me.
that?
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am
Joy
no
Trent, is
suspect.
that you?
I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already
Over an
reached
hour.
a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis about the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire,
About the
hurry up.
murder.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Innovator. So she's the redhead in the picture looking up at Freya like she's God.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
Now the
So
other
true.
side is hurting.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time.
I already
Neither
have.
of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
I mean, I've already talked to them.
Fifi, you said you were a micro something or other?
Biology.
Microbiologist,
It's
but
not
it is
that
an
hard to remember.
insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow red when you get angry?
No, but that would be most amusing. What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi.
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh.
That
Good.
didn't make it better. Oh, okay,
I was
your
in my
statement.
room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I mean,
She insisted that we go up to FLORA's tower. We left the room.
she's
and
too
Poppy's
relatable.
father was waiting outside.
Yeah.
He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the
But
floor,
why was Professor
I was
Pointer out
completely
there?
and utterly devastated. Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library.
Why
we
did you
performed a
decide to
test
do
and found
that?
out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Fair enough. I'm going to ask you about everyone and everything.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
She doesn't talk.
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking
So
entirely?
she's
She
selectively
suffered
mute.
a great loss,
Oh.
something she has been unable to move beyond.
Is it the bird?
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes,
None.
collecting
That
objects
side
of
eye.
negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison,
Oh.
but I would say no.
No.
Oh.
Why not?
She
You
makes
asked
me
a
so
binary
sad.
question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct. Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent.
That makes you half cousins. Like, okay, for real, guys. No, I have on my dad's side of the family, our dad doesn't have any full-blooded siblings. They're all half-siblings, and he's got like 8 of them. So that's why I'm like, I don't get this, because all of my cousins on that side, they're just my cousins. Sure, we only share one grandparent, but I still just call them my cousins. I don't get it. And they all come from different grandparents. It's great. It's fantastic, because if you guys ever come to Podcast Night, you already know this, but our dad's dad had a previous marriage, and he had 5 kids in that marriage, and my dad's mom had a previous marriage, and she had 2 kids. So he's the youngest of 8 children, and he only has half siblings. So I just don't, I'm like, I don't get this. I don't understand why they're acting like that.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession,
Deceased.
artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this.
Aww.
She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1, increasingly independent, and 2, increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The 3 of
Well
you
then.
were friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Okay, I have a bunch of stuff for you to look at.
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
Fifi makes me so sad.
Clear facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell.
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene,
Apart from the one in the painting.
which as a mere abstract representation does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife. This belongs to Poppy. In fact, she owns a number of cassette tapes.
What happened to it, though?
It has been left underwater for an extended period of time.
Right, but why?
Why not?
I do not know why. The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp.
I mean,
Have you
same.
deciphered their meaning yet?
No.
We're working on it.
I'll
We
let
are.
you know.
Curious.
Curious.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
Why is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
But
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of
Yeah.
course,
Duh.
the red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
No. I would say the first
Do not
thing.
know the answer. The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly.
See, I
All
figured you
know
would.
Is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Okay.
Is she laughing?
That belongs to my mother. I think she must be fond of eggs. There are a number of egg-shaped carvings to be found in the garden and in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with all the eggs?
Some people just
Like
like
eggs.
eggs.
I can't have eggs anymore. Why would
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No.
Fifi
fact,
does
it
or
may
says
be
anything.
considered rather
Everyone.
reassuring.
Baby. Pretty much.
A wooden carving of my father, made by
My father.
Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
See, this is why we show everything to everyone.
It is a model of Freya,
Oh, because there's the red
made by
paint.
my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya? I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
Nope.
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever. This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off.
It was a
It
third.
was only a third.
Gotcha.
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw,
He's
and a
cute.
drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Okay, that sounds like Poppy and Fitz are not
Do
supposed
you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Okay, thanks.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Cool.
Can't wait.
Let's go now. I'd love to get this whole side done today. Oh, look at the
There's
little
something
bear.
about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Later.
There's something about the image of Flora in the paint. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
I'm here first, okay?
Crystal chandeliers.
Extra
fancy.
fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me.
Oh, Poppy and Fitz are cousins? I mean, I've been reading Agatha Christie for the last week. Cousins are getting married all over the place.
Plus, they're kind of dusty.
At this point, I'm just desensitized to it.
A new suspect. Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
They're cousins by marriage. Oh.
Save it for the judge.
That was cute.
It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
How come you don't have one of those?
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start smoking a pipe too?
You couldn't pull off a pipe.
Where, Deerstalker? Oh.
I don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
And the last percent is caffeine.
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
That's even worse.
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
Yes. Oh.
I'm
Oh.
not sure this is a microscope.
Okay. I get it. There we go. We want this to be the biggest. And then that, right? Oh. Wait. We're almost there. Like that has to go there, right? Oh, I'm so close. Okay, let's try this. Just getting all of these off for the moment. So this one's too big, so it has to have the minus over it. Like that. Then this bit's the smallest, so it has to be like that. But then what do I do here? Maybe this needs to just be this one. Ah. Yeah, like that. This is like, honestly, is killing me. I'm like so close to it. But at the same time.
No, that was it.
Okay, there we go.
Nice work.
Cool.
Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
Is it it's a diary. A well-used book resembling a diary. It's locked with a strange metal device.
That's a whole lot of books. Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
Let's look. Oh, that's just,
And that's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that. Do I?
So Sally...
Is that supposed to be me? Why do I look so angry?
That's just the face you make when you're thinking. It does make you wonder, though. When did Fifi draw all this?
Okay. So that's Flora and Felix.
That's gotta be Flora. I think that's supposed to be Felix.
And this is the Detective Hawkshaw or Inspect whatever.
Who's that?
Not sure.
Who's that?
Not sure.
Okay, we don't know these other people yet. So I'm going to say that that's Poppy.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Fifi.
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
Bum, bum.
Boxes of stuff.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been
Is it
writing.
a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology
Professional Snoop.
experiments.
Is the achievement we just unlocked.
What's that big book on the
Looks
desk?
like
Is it
something.
a
I
clue?
hope it's just a bunch of notes about her micro.
Can I look in the trash
The
can?
stuff Fifi's thrown away.
You gonna rummage through the trash can?
No, that is
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
I really don't know what else I don't know.
It's a bed.
Barely.
Yeah, that's a mattress. Close friend. It's so weird how they don't say that. Okay, let's go back to this main room. I'm sorry guys. I am definitely 100% like I'm one of those people who has to look through everything and I apologize.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Okay. So yeah, they're cousins. I don't. Okay, so the Remingtons had Flora and Primrose and Richard. Richard doesn't have anyone, so we don't have to worry about him. But Flora married into the Fellow family with Felix and Flint. Okay.
Fiona Fellow. We met her. She's one of the suspects.
Okay.
Flora?
We met her. She's one of the suspects.
Okay. So the Remingtons made the tower, and that's been split in half with the Fellows and the Pointers. We have met we haven't met Felix Fellow. I mean, no, we met Felix. We haven't met Fitz yet, who's the other cousin. So now we have the Pointers are on the other side then. So let's go start meeting the Pointers. Hey, it's the pretty music from the cassette. I love this song. Sorry.
1 old wooden bookcase.
Yep.
25 dry old books.
Mm-hmm.
4 lit candles.
Yeah.
Am I the only one seeing the problem? Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty so I'm guessing nobody.
Who plays the violin?
So
That
I'm
was-
guessing nobody.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Interesting. Shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and on the grass below are the various shards of cracked glass. Interesting.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them. It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
Sally's into this room.
Smells like a forest in here.
Sounds lovely. This is so far my favorite room of the house because it's got piano music going on, or just music in general now.
It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
It's a grand piano.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
They're just very expensive.
All right, you got your wish.
Spooky murder mansion?
Spooky murder mansion.
I mean, a murder did take place. There's not much stuff in here to touch, so. Sup?
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude! Unless she is a ghost.
She's
It
got
may come as a
freckles.
disappointment.
I love her
but
freckles.
I am alive.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's
Aw.
your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer and a pianist.
We can tell you're a
we'll
pointer
need to ask
because
you a few
you're purple
questions about
themed.
Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
Pretty
All
good.
in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice.
Yeah, that's where it is. Aw.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you
Aw.
related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
Yeah.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Yeah. Understandable.
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room.
You have a
When I
piano in
make
your room?
mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way, so I went back upstairs.
Does she? Because it was
and out
unlocked
into
for
the
us just
moonlight
now.
Garden.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been
Okay.
teaching me about flowers.
So, did you
That's
talk
nice.
to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Statement.
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this
Well, were you?
sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different.
Okay.
Worse.
Screechy.
I was pretty sure it was coming from FLORA's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went
Okay.
inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
So they were the first people in there.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in,
I like how
The
her
lights
first
were off.
instinct.
but I could see she'd already been crying.
I like that her
I told
first
her what had
instinct
happened.
was
She didn't
to go get
believe me.
Fifi and not
She
Felix.
got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to FLORA's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, well, tell us about everyone.
Needless noise from tongues
Ah.
a spell, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
We get poems for everyone. Neat.
Foregone drifter, holding fast. Days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom. Some four walls make around a room.
I'm loving this.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze. Hard of head, but free of mind. Unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond. Behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Didn't Felix say he heard two people walking down with one coming before Poppy? Yes. That is what he said.
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool.
It's
but
not.
It's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Hey, can you look at all these things?
So there are two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
I
What's
don't know
the
yet.
connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Okay.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could
Hit
tell,
me.
the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little
How
too
weird.
peaceful.
Okay
This
then.
is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how
Ah.
it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. See how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird.
Okay.
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone or signed by anyone?
Someone's being
I mean, yeah.
deliberately secretive.
Otherwise, it wouldn't
Or
be
they're
like
trying to manipulate you.
a real clue. Like,
When I first
mean,
saw
it
it,
wouldn't be a
I
mystery.
thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
Aw.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it
Is
important?
it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell
I
me
don't
how
know
it
yet.
helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything. Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself.
I cannot
Like
do
getting
that.
all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
When I paint,
Right.
it's just constantly
so the
putting
blob
different
of black
paints.
paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do. It was my mother's originally.
So why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Why is it cracked? No one's telling me why it's
Does
cracked.
this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
Okay.
What was inside?
We don't
Nothing.
know. We thought you would know.
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
We don't know.
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
On
No
every
way.
single one of them?
Freya took good care of her stuff. Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly?
Oh.
Yeah.
How nice. I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving
I don't know,
something a
sometimes you
physical
just
form
gotta.
can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable. Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
I mean, generally very pointy.
That belongs to Flora, I think. Is that Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
But yeah, you don't
we are.
read
It's
your
just
friend's diary.
Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it. Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Okay. That is all.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
I wonder what's in there.
It's gonna. No, it doesn't ask me 5 million things. Okay, then yeah. However, we're gonna go. I want to try and meet everyone. I haven't met everyone. I'm too slow at this, guys. I'm just too slow. Birdies.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Birds. Brightly colored birds in a heavy ornate cage. That cage is too small for them.
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Oh, nope, I just
I do
did
it by
this.
weight. I can feel. Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
Yeah.
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
What's with those little windows down there?
I think they're there for draining rainwater.
Oh.
Sure.
Does this count as being outdoors?
Yeah. No. Doesn't matter.
Birdies.
They're bird cages. But the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Bird diagrams.
They're beautiful. Someone really knows their stuff.
Everyone in this family has a hyperfixation, okay? You just have to go with it. Everyone has their hyperfixation. So, I'm just saying.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored.
Of course.
We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short
Okay.
for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables.
Are
of it.
Agatha Christie
Penelope
books
seems a
actually
little
good?
Ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Yes, but I have some, like, my warnings for you. They are good mysteries. They are well written. However, they were written in the 30s through 50s, so there is a lot of racism and anti-Semitism in them. Just a lot, and it's really casual. And sometimes it's done where you're supposed to completely be like, oh no, that person's wrong, they're being racist. But sometimes it's just not. Like in one of them, there were 2 characters who were talking to each other, and they had so much in common. They liked this actress over this actress, they loved going to the movies, they both hated black people, and I'm like, what? That's just casually in there, and that's just supposed to be normal. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. So that's, I would say, take them out of the library, don't buy them. So, they're good mysteries. Agatha Christie mysteries are, to me, like, the quintessential, like, well-written actual mystery, but they are so mired in when they were written that it is very awful sometimes. So, but some of them are just really good. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about yourself.
20-something. Aquarius. Love to travel.
20-something.
And nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel.
It's okay, honey.
Where to?
Anywhere at all. as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know?
No.
My fiancé, dear Fitz.
Ah.
He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Are you going to get
Fitzfellow.
in your cat
The
carrier?
very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's
She is.
interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our two families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
I mean, really, this story so far has been incredibly Agatha Christie. Minus racism. Appreciate that. Though everyone is white.
I awoke early.
So very
and
much
headed
like
down
an
into the
Agatha Christie.
greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
So
How come?
Fitz,
It's where he's happiest.
that's his
That,
hyperfixation.
he has a
It's
great
fine.
deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Whatever
help
that
him?
is.
With the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
Yeah.
No.
She's got a
In the
bird on her
early
hair.
afternoon, he went back inside.
Or it's a
Rather
hat that looks like a
suddenly,
bird.
as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't.
He
Probably
didn't.
just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more
The
delicate
poor
than
dear.
you think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company,
Don't we all?
as do I.
Oh. Okay, let's hear her statement. and then we'll
Sometime
be
in the
done, I
evening,
think.
I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the Fellow Tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in FLORA's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Okay, well, that's that. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do for now.
We can get into Penny's room.
Now, like
Later.
right now?
Later. I just save? Okay, autosave is on. Cool. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Okay. So, that's what we're gonna do for today. Oops. I'm a professional streamer. I never go to the wrong scene, obviously. Oh no, the eyewitness accounts are never agree. They're, you know? I am also loving this game so far. It's so cute, and I love the voice acting. I think the voice acting is, like, the best game voice acting I've heard in a while. It actually is, like, I'm enjoying every single voice actor. They have personality, so I love that. So, yeah, I'm gonna go, because my rib is hurting me very much. We'll come back. We gotta remind me tomorrow, when we start, to show her evidence and stuff, because I haven't done any of that. We haven't even met everyone. Yeah, if eyewitness accounts do agree, it's more suspicious. It's true, because everyone notices something different. So yeah, so... Oh, she's literally right behind me. Hi. Aw. Streamcat says hi. What a good girl. You are. You're such a good girl. She's like, if I'm a good girl, then why aren't you petting me right now? I'm like on my headphone cord. Okay, so I will be streaming Sims in the morning. We're going to be building, probably. I don't know, we'll see. I have an idea. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and peace out, y'all.